morning, friends. It's Jen from Jen's Extraordinary Life, and I woke up this morning and it was 69 degrees outside. I've been dying to make this soup. I was wanting to put it on for Crocktober, and I kept saying, well, it's really not cold enough outside for this, but it is my favorite soup, and so I was going to make it anyway. But the fact that it's 69 degrees outside today and that we have a storm brewing in the Gulf and we just need a little bit of comfort food just gave me that extra oomph to go ahead and make it. So come along with me to my make-believe cooking show, and I'm going to show you how to make buffalo chicken soup in a crock pot. Now, this is a recipe that my friend Amy shared with me. She's a great friend and she makes it all the time, and she has her way of making it, and I changed it up to suit the way that I like to make it. So it's a little bit different than what she does, but you might want to make it your own too. There are things that I like that she does differently. For example, she uses ranch, and I am a blue cheese girl when it comes to wings, so I switched that up. But we're going to get started. So the first thing I do now, I just want to mention that when you're using a slow cooker, a lot of times you'll see me using these slow cooker liners because they're so easy for cleanup. However, this is my favorite soup, and I like to take a spatula and scrape the bowl and get every last drop of it, and you can't really do that when you've got a bag in it. So I coat my pan with just a little bit of Pam, just in case, so that nothing sticks to the sides. And then I'm going to show you what you're going to need for today. You're going to need 1 box of chicken broth. Now, if you don't have the boxes available at your store, you can use the cans, but this is 32 ounces. I think it would take 2 cans if you don't have the boxes, but I always get the boxes. And I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in here. And get that part out of the way. Now, I use the low sodium because I don't like for my food to already have a lot of salt in it. I like to add as much salt as I want, but you can just use regular chicken broth if that suits your fancy a little better. You're going to need some heavy whipping cream. Now, we're not going to put this in until the very end, so I'm going to set that aside. And then you're going to obviously need some chicken. Now, this is frozen. The great thing about doing this in a crock pot is you can do this with frozen chicken. To get my tongs here. If you're cooking it on slow throughout the whole day, it's no big deal to use the frozen chicken. Now, I'm going to put 4 pieces in here because I have 6 in my bag, and I'm also going to make some chicken parmesan today. And there's just me and my husband that are going to eat the chicken parm tonight. So I'm going to reserve 2 pieces of chicken for that. I like a lot of chicken in my buffalo chicken soup. It's kind of the star of the show, right? So some people don't use this much. Now, here's a trick for your chicken. If you don't have chicken in the freezer, or you're in a hurry and you want to make this, maybe you want to make this on the stovetop, and you're in a little bit of a hurry, we have been known to use a rotisserie chicken and shred it, or grab some chicken tenders already cooked up at Publix and just chop those up really small and put them in there. What if you have leftover chicken, maybe from the grill the night before or whatever, and you need something to do with it, this is a great way to do to use that chicken. But for this, I already had chicken because I've been planning this. I'm going to go ahead and put my crock pot on low. Now, this is going to cook all day, and this chicken's going to cook all the way through, and then we're going to pull it out before we add the heavy whipping cream at the end, and we'll shred the chicken. And I'll show you how to do that later, but For now, we just put it in there and get it started. The other thing that we add to that is, I knew it was hiding back here, a can of cream of chicken soup. So I'm just going to pop this in. I say that and it doesn't want to come out. All right, so I just put my chicken soup in, and then you can stir that around if you want. I'm probably just going to wait until I have all the ingredients in to stir it. I do like to get all of that chicken out. So I'm going to, chicken soup out, I should say. So I'm just going to get it all out with my spatula here. Okay. So we've got the chicken out. We've got the chicken in there, the chicken broth, the chicken soup. Now here's where my friend and I differ on this. It takes a chopped onion. Now, ordinarily I would chop the onion, but I was feeling kind of lazy and I got some already chopped onions in my freezer, and so I thought, well, I'm just going to use those today. So it's kind of a busy day for me today, and I thought, well, let's make it easy. Now, here's where we differ. She takes these and sautés them on the stove. I just put them in and let them cook all day. You do what you do, and it takes about 1/2 to 3/4 of an onion. With this bag, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I know what about 1/2 to 3/4 of an onion looks like chopped up, so that's what I put in there. I'm also going to take a block of cream cheese. I like Philadelphia, but I have also been known to use Great Value. I also don't mind the low-fat cream cheese. And I really can't taste the difference. I just happen to have this on hand today, so you use whichever you use. I also try to kind of eat lazy keto-ish when I can, for the most part. And now keto police, I know you're going to get out there and yell at me and tell me I have to do it all the time. I know all the things. I just do what I do. And it's working for me. So in that, I like the fat of the whole cream cheese. And I just pop the block down in there. You don't even have to do anything with it. You just sit it in there. And then cheese. Cheese in there. I'm going to wipe that cream cheese off my fingers. All right, so it takes about 2 cups of cheese. Again, that's because we like cheese. I like the extra sharp. You get whatever you want. Cheese-wise, I'm an extra sharp girl, so that's what I put in there. You're going to reserve some for the end as a topping. But that was a 4-cup bag, so I used about half of it. I might have used a little more than half of it, but who's counting, right? And now for the veggies. We already put the onion in there. Carrots you can chop yourself. I bought these, what do you call them, matchstick carrots already because they're partially chopped. And this is one of those things that you can, if you have kids that don't want to eat carrots, you can kind of hide them in this soup because it's going to be a little bit orange. And you put however much you want. I just take about 1.5 handfuls of these matchstick carrots. And then I'm going to chop them up a little bit more just to make smaller pieces. You could just put them in just like they are, and that would be fine. But I just like my pieces of carrots to be tiny. Get my carrots out of the way. Celery. You can't have wings without carrots and celery. So, I mean, you could, but who does? So I'm just going to take a couple of these celery stalks. And this is another one of those things that you're going to cut up tiny. Now, I do have a chopper. You could totally just use your chopper to do these celery sticks, but it's really loud, and I didn't want to have all that loud sound on the camera today, so I thought I will just chop it myself. Now, this is one of the things that I don't skimp on when it comes to this soup, and that is the Marie's blue cheese salad dressing. The chunky blue cheese. I can get any kind of blue cheese. You can use ranch if you want. I have Marie's ranch in the fridge, but I am a blue cheese girl when it comes to my wings. So it is in the refrigerated section if you're looking for it and you can't find it. Then it takes a whole jar. And you just dump that in there too. That's the thing I love about these Crockpot things, is that you just dump all the stuff in it and then it does all the work for you, right? So you just, today's a busy day for me, and so I'm gonna let this do all the work. Now, I need a sip of coffee real quick. It's pumpkin spice weather. 69 degrees outside this morning, so I'm excited about it. All right, not gonna put the heavy whipping cream in yet. We'll wait until the end to do that, but you notice I did not put any spices in here yet. I have not put any buffalo sauce in here yet, so that's what we're gonna do. Let me grab that spice. Okay, so we need to add some seasoning. I love this nature seasoning. It's by Morton's, and it's got all the things in it that I would normally put in stuff. It has salt, pepper, onion, garlic, and it just is just enough to not overpower a dish, but to give it a little bit of seasoning. So I put some of that in, and I would say about a teaspoon is what I put in there. And then, now with your cream cheese in that big block, you could have cut that up into little pieces if you wanted to. I don't, I just let it cook in there. You could have also sauteed your carrots and celery with your onions. I don't, I just let it cook in there. But here is the best part about the recipe. You have to have Frank's. Frank's wing sauce. Some people just use hot sauce. They make wing sauce, so why aren't we using it? I don't know, but we will be. So now, some like it hot. This girl does not. I love the smell of the buffalo sauce. I love the taste of it, but I do not want to be sweating when it's done. So I make sure it's shaked up really, really good. Now, I have been a little extra sensitive after a recent surgery to some hot stuff. So usually I put a half a cup in this, but I'm gonna put a quarter cup today. I'm gonna put that the recipe is for a half a cup because that's just about right. But I'm gonna put a quarter cup in, and then I can always add more at the end if I feel like it's not spicy enough, but I can't take it away. My husband just totally slipped me a note that says, Frank's. I put that blank on everything. I think that's a commercial. He's not wrong. All right. So I get the wing sauce. You can use regular hot sauce, but why? When they already make wing sauce. It's just a thing. All right, so you see I got all that stuff in there. I'm gonna use my bigger spoon and I'm gonna stir it all up. Then we're gonna let this cook for about 6 hours on low. You could put it on 3 hours on high if you wanted to, but since I have this frozen chicken in here, I'm gonna let it cook and thaw and do all the things on low. And I'm gonna come back and stir it about every hour, if I remember. Maybe not, we'll see. But that's it. I do that, and then at the end, in 6 hours, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna show you how to shred the chicken. We're gonna do that real easy in the stand mixer. I learned that trick not too long ago, and it is a lifesaver for shredding chicken. We're also gonna add our heavy whipping cream, which is gonna make it so creamy and yummy, and just so comforting, and kind of take down that heat just another notch. And I'm gonna taste it and see if we need to add some more hot sauce. It's not looking very orange right now, I'm not gonna lie, so I feel like I'm probably going to need to add that other quarter cup of hot sauce, but who knows, we'll see what it tastes like. And again, my taste buds are a little bit crazy right now, so I may not be able to handle it so hot. And the other good thing about this is you can give people hot sauce on the side. Now we're gonna garnish this at the end with a little bit of cheese, and sometimes people sprinkle some crumbled blue cheese on the top. I don't have any blue cheese crumbles today, so we're not gonna do that. But I'm gonna just sprinkle some of that shredded cheese that I set aside right on the top as a garnish. And you could give them a little container of Frank's, and they can just put this on to taste. So you can make it as hot as you want to make it. So let's put the lid on this, and I'll be back in just a little bit to shred the chicken and all the other things. Okay, I am back, and this crock pot full of buffalo chicken soup has been cooking all day today. It smells delicious. I cannot wait to dive in. But if you remember, we put that in with the chicken frozen to cook all day long. And so it's been doing that. Now I need to take the chicken out and shred it. So you could certainly do this with a hand mixer, but it is a little bit easier with the stand mixer. So you're just gonna take it out, and pop it in, pop your chicken in your mixer stand. I think there's one more piece in here. Yes, there it is. Thought I had 4. Okay. I'm just gonna give this pot a good stir. Now I've been stirring it about every hour or 2 throughout the day. You don't have to. I just happened to be home, so I did. If you put it on before you go to work and leave it, that's fine too. At this point, I'm gonna put it on keep warm. Turn it off the heat. And then I told you we were going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I shred my chicken. And I've got a pint here. I usually add about half that pint. And just feel it. And I mix that in real good. That's just going to kind of give it that creamy consistency. And I do that at the end after everything has pretty much cooked. Now, if you remember, I told you I was a little bit picky about my heat right now after a recent surgery, and so I wanted to taste this and see if it needs more Franks. So let's give it a little taste. It's gonna be really hot. Like hot temperature wise. Okay, a quarter cup definitely is not enough Franks, so I'm gonna turn that back on to low, and I am going to add the other quarter of a cup. And I'm just going to eyeball it, making it about a half a cup of Franks for this crock pot. Now, if you like it hot and you are into the spices, put 3/4 of a cup. Put a cup if you like it really hot. You just do whatever your little heart desires when it comes to heat. I'm going to check it again and see if that helped. I'm actually going to add a little bit more. That's getting a little spicy, but I'm feeling saucy today. So let me just give it just a hint more. Get that good and stirred around. And we'll get this chicken shredded up. I'm gonna shred it and put it in there. Since I added that heavy cream and some more Franks, I'm going to go ahead and put this on low again for about another 20 minutes just to let all that mix together. But let me show you how to shred this chicken. It's the easiest thing in the world. I used to shred it with a fork or whatever, but literally put your chicken in your stand mixer. I just used this regular paddle. I'm gonna lock it into place and then just turn it on and let it go to town. Speed it up. Speed it up enough where it doesn't jump out of the bowl, but it's shredding. Look how lovely that is. Okay, so it's already shredded. It looks great. I'm gonna take my tongs. It smells delicious. It's been cooking in all of that liquid and barbecue sauce and all the things all day today, so it just smells wonderful. I'm gonna take my paddle off here. I have not tried it with the other attachments. This one worked fine, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And then I just take my shredded chicken out. Now, I like a lot of chicken in here, so that's why I used 4 breasts. Let me just take another little bite of this and see. Oh my gosh. There's a reason this is my favorite. All right, I'm gonna let those flavors meld together for about another 20 minutes while that heavy cream and the buffalo sauce heats back up. Put the lid on it. Set me a timer for 20 minutes and then I will be back. And we are going to put it in a bowl and serve it. And I'm gonna taste it, and it's gonna be so good, and I can't wait because it's my favorite. All right, I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. It's been about another 20 minutes. It's had time for all of those ingredients to heat back up after I put the heavy cream in there and a little bit more of the Frank's buffalo wing sauce. So I'm gonna show you how I plate it up. Got my bowl here. We're gonna get a nice hearty bowl full. I think this is best when you put goldfish on top of it, but we're out of goldfish. So what we did have is some Cheez-Its. So I'm going to, of course, put a dollop of sour cream on this, which if you end up getting it a little too hot, this kind of cuts that. So put a dollop of sour cream on there. I've got some of this medium cheddar. Now we put a lot of sharp cheddar in there because I am such a sharp cheddar girl, but I thought I would try this medium cheddar on the top. It's a little more thick cut, so it'll take longer to melt. I put that right on the top. And then a couple of Cheez-Its in there. Now you could put whatever you want. If you had oyster crackers or Ritz or whatever, but goldfish I feel like is the best. Cheez-Its is basically goldfish without the shape. So I mix all of that up and around. We are going to get a big bite. Now you want to make sure you get lots of chicken, some cheese, and a Cheez-It in that bite. So let me see if I can get them all in there. And I'm going to give this a bite. Mmm. Mmm. You can taste all the things. Only thing that would make it better is put a little bit of blue cheese crumbles right on the top of this. But even without it, you can taste the Cheez-It in there for sure, but it's got just enough Frank's buffalo sauce in it. You can taste all the elements. I don't notice the carrots, so I feel like you could totally hide those from your family. I gotta have another bite. It's so good. Okay. What a delicious meal. Perfect, perfect, perfect for this fall weather we have coming up here. It's just enough comfort. Great on game days. This is something, you know, if you're watching, families watching football or whatever, put on a pot of this in the morning and y'all could just munch on it or snack on it all day long. What a great comfort food. Most of the ingredients you probably have at home. And it's just a little twist on chicken wings in the form of a comforting soup for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Do me a favor, if you like these videos, if you would share them to your socials, send them to your friends, like, comment below, and tell us what you like about it. Just help us spread the word, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can see more. And again, thank you for joining me in my extraordinary life. See you next time.